And welcome to Mom Matters, created by moms for moms. Today we're talking about the weight that many moms are carrying, not because we're doing something wrong, but because home and work and caregiving, they all overlap, and the idea of balance doesn't always fit our lives or how they actually work. So Shannon McGuire is back to help highlight some of this for us. Okay, so we keep hearing about balance and the story about motherhood. What are we measuring ourselves up against when it comes to thinking we can do it all?
Yes,
this balance.
that balance. First, let's remove balance. It only exists in small increments, and you can only hold that harmony for so long.
True.
There's this constant synergizing that we must do now in motherhood, because the definition of motherhood, where it was more compartmentalized, I can be a mom here, check. I can go to work here, check. I can go be volunteer and give here, check. That's all overlapped. The workplace is now in the home, it's in the car, it's on our wrist. We are giving and receiving all at once when it comes to community, so there is no separation of those roles anymore. That old separation of those systems and containers has blown up.
Yes, it has.
Blown up.
Everything bleeds together because we're constantly available and we're constantly on. And that expectation of us being available like that is just kind of there.
You should be able to answer this text and do this email. Oh, and while you should still have dinner on, and you should be taking care of these kids and blah, 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 blah,
And your laundry's not done? What's wrong with you, Shannon?
It's still piled up?
Yeah. What, you didn't grind your own wheat and bake your own bread this morning? Oh my gosh.
Turn that butter.
Turn that butter. Okay. So what happens though when, in addition to everything we're talking about that is very visible, there is some invisible things that we also do that go unnoticed?
Yes, it's the carrying the ideas, the feelings, the tasks, the making sure that the responsibilities of the people around us are being met, because we know and we hold that, but we also hold the guilt and the shame and the blame. We also hold this invisible tension that just permeates, where we just don't ever feel like it's enough, and we're not good enough. And again, the comparison to what motherhood maybe used to be, whether it was the commercials from the 50s where you could, back then when they did the smoke and the cigarettes, and they're still taking care of
vacuumed holding a martini.
Yes. Or now social media where you have, I'm baking my own bread. I just grew my wheat myself and grinded it.
Perfect moms.
Perfect.
Yeah, and they happen to be really fit and tiny and cute, and their hair is perfect.
And they have like
no
12
wrinkles.
kids.
And they have 12 kids, exactly. Yeah, and it's like, really?
Doesn't exist.
No, okay. So why do so many moms though with that? Like, we know, Shannon, we're talking about it right now. We know that probably isn't the full picture, right? Those aren't really true stories. We know that the women that came before us were in a different time. Expectations were different. Society functioned differently. They had built-in boundaries without, social constantly in their hand or emails on their wrists, right? Those did not exist. So that constant demand of being available all the time was not there. Why, though, even with that, we still place guilt on ourselves. We still feel shamed. We still allow ourselves to feel overwhelmed.
And we still blame, right? And I think it's because, well, super simple human, mirror neurons. When we experience something, whether or not we did it, if we just look at the activity, we believe that it happened. And when we're looking at the lives of other people, we're going, oh, I should be doing this. It's like television, right? We watch these things and we know it's a movie, but we still get drawn in the feeling. That's why we bring me time back to mental and emotional time, because when you combine the mental stimulation with the feeling and emotion, then we get to the story. So we know these things aren't true. We believe they aren't true, but it still creates a longing in us for better life. And instead of trying to be like everyone else and compare, it's an invitation to say, what kind of life do I actually want to be living? What do I want to live?
Okay, so how do we make those different decisions then without having self-blame?
Yeah, we have a tool for that. So looking at where your energy is being expended, what are you carrying, what are you sharing, what are you holding, what needs reconsideration? A couple of key questions to bring you back to the truth of how you see your world, not to make a plan and try to overhaul it, but to just observe it, just acknowledge it, and then go from there. And that can start with a conversation with self, a conversation with spouse and family. But I ask my family all the time, what kind of life do we really want to live? What kind of life?
I love that. Yes, and what kind of life do you want to hopefully set your daughters up to have too, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, Shannon, thank you. And everyone too, if this conversation feels close to home, we go even deeper only on KTV Plus. We talk more about how to rewrite your agreements without burning everything down. So you can download KTV Plus for free. You can watch the extended Mom Matters episode.
I just like...
Yep.